What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 29 of Texas Rangers franchise and MLB The Show 19. We are in the 2021 offseason. Let's go. It's about time we get this thing going. I haven't done a live stream in quite a while, and so this one might be a little bit rough. I gotta remember how the heck I gotta maneuver through and how I gotta talk about these things, because I've been doing a lot of Madden stuff and being able to take out outtakes and everything like that. So this might be a little rough, so hang in there with me. We'll get started in about maybe 2 more minutes. I want to make sure that I get everybody that I possibly can. Make sure we optimize as many people as we can get in here. And then we're going to go straight into the off season. I don't know how far we'll get. It just depends on how much contribution you guys are gonna offer in your feedback and so on and so forth, so we can move through the off season. But first things first, I will let you guys know that when I went into the last episode, I moved through and I advanced through the exclusive free agents negotiations, which we were talking about Alex Colomé, Mike Minor, Drew Smyly. So when you advance through that, if you don't negotiate with them, they become free agents. Well, remember in the last episode, Mookie Betts was a free agent. Well, he's no longer a free agent now, because I did not save that. I didn't want to have Minor in the free agent list. I didn't want Drew Smyly in the free agent list and being able to get poached, you know what I mean? So went back, re-uploaded this save file, and I guess Boston must have renegotiated with Mookie Betts. So this free agent list is a little bit different, but there are some things that are the same. DJ LeMahieu still in there. Scooter Gennett still in there. Couple new faces. I think Paxton was not in there before. Corey Kluber, DJ LeMahieu, yep, still in there. Brantley, Archer, a lot of the same guys that were in there before. So like I said, we'll just give this some time until we can get some people in here, and we'll go from there. So let's see the comment section real quick. Got 11 people in. Trade Odor, pick up Gennett. What's up, RG? Trade everyone and just become the Cincinnati Reds in Texas. It's funny. That would be funny. Texas Reds. There we go. Cincinnati Rangers. Sicknarf Loopstock, whoever he plays for. I remember you were talking about that tiebreaker. I remember you talking about. That's fine. We weren't going to get him. As an Oakland fan, I'm legally required to only allow Moneyball moves. Try for a reliever. All right. So are there any advisors? Are there any off-season advisors currently in the chat right now? Since I can't see who is in the chat, and only 3 people are really saying anything, are there any off-season advisors that won the playoff bracket? Are you guys involved? Are you guys here or not? Because I did get a lot of their feedback through the comment section and through Instagram messages as well, so I'm an unpaid advisor. Hicks for Heisman. Oh, shoot, wrong series. Darren Winkler, what's up, man? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I just throw letters taped to brick, says Texas HQ. Oh, they must be carrying a lot of weight to them. Get it? Bricks. All right, so what do you say we get started, guys? I did end up re-signing Mike Minor and Drew Smyly, so I brought them back along with Alex Colomé. And the thing with Alex Colomé is that he pitched really good for us throughout the season. Remember, when he was with the White Sox, he was actually in the AAA level, so he did not even have any action for whatever reason. It's just the dumb CPU, I guess. But after the deadline, once we traded for him, he got into 40 games, had a 1.18 ERA, a 1.13 WHIP. Pretty good numbers, 26 holds in 38 innings. So he was effective. Just for whatever reason in the playoffs, he didn't get it done. So I did decide to bring him back, and we can look at the contract. I only offered him a 1-year deal at $4.1 million for that season. When we want to look at Drew Smyly, what did we bring him back for? $4 million for 3 seasons. That's going to get him to about 34 years old. And at that point, I know that he's going to regress from that 80 overall. He's definitely going to regress probably to like 76, I think, by the time that contract is up. Then we can renegotiate, probably bring him back for cheaper, and then push him into the bullpen and kind of kind of keep him here as a Texas Ranger to finish out his career. And then when we look at Mike Minor, I brought him back for 2 seasons at $4.5 million, and then again we can kind of adjust and see where we're at and make some changes from there. He's going to be 35 years old. We might end up just letting him go at that point, just letting him walk. So I figure 2 more seasons for Mike Minor will be good for us. This is not reflective of how I want the pitching staff to look right now. Cody Anderson would probably be that number 5 guy if I had to pick. And then we've got 2 guys that can give us multiple innings with Suter and Montero kind of vying for that number 5 spot with Cody Anderson. Now, the big thing is that when we look at the starting pitching staff in the franchise and the organization, Roger Ashley is a 75. So he's technically ready to be a starting pitcher at the big leagues, but the question is do we want to bring him up or not? And do we want to force him into that number 5 spot or not? Some people might say yes. Probably a lot of people are going to say no, just keep him in AAA. I'm kind of in agreement with that. Keep him in AAA. Let him work through some things. Get him to a point where he's maybe like a 78, and then we can bring him up, which I think should happen by September of this season. So I think that's a good situation to be in. Let me check to see the comment section here real quick. We need some pitchers, Goldie. Yes, we do. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that real quick. Arms is the topic of the offseason. Yes. Throwback Mariners. If you trade Odor, I won't comment trade Odor ever again. Trade Todor. Trade Shelby Miller, has decent amount of trade value, and then go for a starter in free agency. What did Hans Kraus start as? I think he was like a 73. I think he was a 73. You guys are saying not yet. See if he develops. Chauncey Presents says start Ashley as a reliever. RG, bring up Ashley, be a bullpen guy. He's ready for the big leagues, but as a reliever. So it's pretty split vote. I'm going to go on the side of cautioning to say we need to just keep him down there. He's 20 years old. Let him kind of just marinate a little bit. You know what happens in the minor leagues, though, is that when he's facing off against lesser competition and he's actually dominating them, then the stats end up working towards the attributes going up. If you have him struggle, then he doesn't either move anywhere or he actually regresses, which sucks because then you're kind of wasting that A potential. So if we bring him up to the majors and then he struggles against big league hitters, you're basically wasting him, right? So I say keep him down there and let him marinate down there and do some good things at AAA. So, but to your point, guys, this obviously is not the best pitching staff that we can possibly get, right? It's decent, right? Mike Minor's going to be our ace pitcher. He's going to be our number 1 guy. Shelby Miller's our number 2. Gibson 3, Smiley 4, and then Anderson or Suter number 5. It just depends on what ends up happening. Montero could end up being a number 5 guy too. But the big thing is if we go out and we go after a starting pitcher, it's really only got to be one of these 3 guys. It's got to be Robbie Ray, Paxton, or Kluber. Any of these other guys here, it really doesn't do anything for us. You know, Chris Archer, still an 82. He'd be just as good as Miller and Minor. Peacock, 33 years old. I'm not interested in that. Garrett Richards, I'm not interested in that either. You know, there's just some guys down here at the very bottom and in the middle that just don't push us over the top. So if we're going to go after anybody, it's got to be Kluber, Paxton, or Robbie Ray. That's the only way that we can justify going after a starting pitcher. That would bump down Mike Minor and Shelby Miller to the 2 and the 3, which then makes Drew Smiley our number 5. So what do you think? What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section right here. Maybe after the deadline, bring up Ashley. That's also an option. Obviously, got to trade Gallo. Oh God, I don't want to trade Gallo. If you don't get another big arm, I guess it's better to have him and not need him than have him and not. Yeah, that's true. We need a better ace. Paxton, sign Paxton. Robbie Ray. James Paxton isn't great in the sim game. Sign King Felix. He's still in his 20s, so he won't decline as quickly as the other two. Get him a ring for the love of God. Archer doesn't throw quality starts. Very true. Don't trade Gallo. I'm definitely not going to trade Gallo. Kluber to a 3 or 4 year deal. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So that's a good point. So how much is this going to cost us? It's going to push us down from 3.24 cash flow to 235. That's a big number. That's a very, very big number. He's 34 years old. He's 34 years old. So that's the risk. That's the risk if you're trying to sign a guy like Corey Kluber, is you have to be in the win now mode. And you guys can notice that the Red Sox and the Indians are offering him 4 and 5 year deals. He's going to be 39 years old, maybe even 38 years old, right? If we go after him, I would only go after him for like a 3 year deal, right? And he's currently getting that 24.6, and he's not really that interested. He would be our ace. I could offer him a player option. He's still not going there. I don't want to be stuck with Corey Kluber, and you never want to be stuck with a bad contract with pitchers. Never want to do that. James Paxton, like Tiebreaker said, does not sim very well. But yeah, I mean, look at this. He was on a New York Yankees team that went 6-6 in 20 starts. You know, that's not good. It's not good. The numbers were okay. 3.29 and 1.2. You take that. You definitely take that. It'd be another left-handed starter. We'd have Smiley, Minor, and Paxton, which, you know, I'm not against. Definitely not against it. Robbie Ray, looking at Robbie Ray, he's asking for significantly less at 11.5. And if we go after him for a 3 year deal, you know, even that's he's not even really interested in that. But we would definitely be the top dog in that running. And I feel like Robbie Ray would be the guy to go after. And just going back here and looking at the cash flow, cash flow does matter big time. It'd be down to a 2.8. So we still have some room there, right? I think Robbie Ray would be the guy that we'd want to go after, guys. I really do. I say we pull the trigger on this. We're already well above where the Diamondbacks are. He's 29 years old. Through a 3 year deal, he'd be 32, so he'd still have some good baseball left to be thrown. But then when we look at guys like Chris Archer, he's not even asking for a whole lot either. Just check out what he did last year. 4.56 and a 1.5 in Pittsburgh, right? At PNC, more of a pitcher's stadium, pitcher's ballpark. I would not want to bring Chris Archer to Texas. I just would not want to do that. So we're going to go after Robbie Ray, and we're going to help that pitching staff to get infused a little bit with some extra talent. The biggest thing that was brought up by one of our advisors is that you're going up against the New York Yankees and the Red Sox, right? Eventually, at some point, we're going to have to play against those teams, and with as good as hitting as they have, we need better pitchers. So that's just the way it goes. We just need better pitchers. We need guys that are going to be able to give us the innings that we need. You know, we're getting up there in age a little bit. Luckily, though, this is kind of like a bridge. We're still competitive. We got a competitive pitching staff, and then our young guys like Oswaldo Batista. Let's go to that. Roger Ashley, Hans Kraus, Oswaldo Batista, Cole Winn. Those are the guys of the future, right? So we're just going to sit on those guys, let them grow, and then once these guys are done and they're gone, we're still going to be ready, and those guys that are young are going to be ready to contribute in a big way. So I think Robbie Ray is the answer as far as that goes. Now we want to look at the relief pitching, and that is really where a lot of you guys were talking to me about maybe fixing some things up with that, but there's nothing here. AJ Ramos is the only guy, and did he even pitch? Yes, so he was signed by the Brewers and the free agents, and he had a 4.5 ERA in the bullpen. There's nothing there, guys. There's nothing there. So just let me see the comment section real quick. See what you guys are saying. We got 18 people in here right now. Go Kluber, go Ardmore. They would all cost an arm and a leg and would completely cripple our offseason. Ray, since you can have him for a few more years than Kluber. Ardmore down. No! RG, what are you talking about? You're talking crap about Ardmore. Let's see. Kluber isn't worth it at this point. Agree. Get Robbie Ray. He's young. Age in baseball doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I guess how you would explain this, because I agree with that in some parts, but some other parts I don't. Like when you're talking about like guys can still play and be effective at like 34, 35 years old. But it's like the decline is pretty sharp when you're talking about pitching though. Like Justin Verlander, obviously very good. Like when you're talking about a dominant guy, then you're saying like age doesn't matter. But when you're talking about guys like Alex Wilson, okay, like 34 years old, then yeah, the age does matter. Felix Hernandez, age does matter. Like look at his last few seasons. You know what I mean? Not good. John Lester, look at his numbers. Those are pretty decent. Those are pretty solid. Charlie Morton's having a great season in real life, though. All right, well, I won't spend too much time on that, but let's see what you guys are saying. Robbie Ray is a good move, good choice. Can you do a Madden 20 stream sometime? I will definitely consider that. Madden season is coming. Choose Justin Grimm for the defined purpose of being able to say the Grim Reaper. Go after Jeanette and use Odor's trade bait. We could trade whoever the odd man out is in the 6 stars. Like I would agree with that. Henry Elson, what's up, bud? Try to sign John Lester for cheap. Could be a backup starter and reliever. Yeah, where there's no room for him, man. There's no room for him. He's a 74. I guess an overall rating, I guess if you've got to split hairs, I guess you could say Cody Anderson versus John Lester, you'd give John Lester the job. But, I'm still playing the game of trying to get a little bit younger at that number 5 spot. So we'll see how that pans out. We're not going to go after Lester. He's 37. He's 37. Jake Arrieta's a good sim player. Yeah, something happened with the Phillies, guys. Look at this. I want to show you something. 3-8 for Jake Arrieta. Now, George Springer was also on the Philadelphia Phillies last season. He signed a free agent contract. He hit 225. Played in 118 games, hit 225. He's never done that, except maybe in 2014, which is his rookie season. It's like the Phillies were bad. The Phillies were bad last season. That was crazy. So, okay, let's get back on topic here so we don't lose anybody. All right, so we're all in agreement here that the relief pitching, there's just nothing here that's any better than what we already have, right? Mike Morin, who I think I'm letting go. I haven't talked to you guys about that, but I am going to let Mike Morin go. I'm going to let him walk. He just was not very effective for us. We should have taken Tanner Scott like you guys had said, but I didn't listen. Aaron Loop is going to stay. Martin, Rusin, Montero. I mean, it is what it is, guys. There's just nothing else here. We might have to trade for a relief pitcher, or we consider doing something here to kind of help that back into not the rotation, but the bullpen. Blake Trinan, Wade Davis, Swarzak, Shane Green. Everything else that's left available, there's just nothing there. So let me know what you guys think about the closing pitching. Not the staff, but the closing pitchers. Like I said, guys, it's going to be a little rough. I haven't done a live stream in a while. For catching, I decided to let go of Tyler Flowers. Like, he wasn't even on my list to keep around. We've got Oliver Solari, our first-round draft pick for last season, and Kiner Falefa actually had a all-star caliber season, hitting over 300. And I'm going to give Kiner Falefa the starting job for catching. Solari's going to have to earn the backup catching role behind Kiner Falefa, whether that's going to be he's going to have to battle Trevino or Valoria. Solari has to perform. I'm just not going to let him just walk in and say, hey, guys, I'm here. Let's go ahead and start. No, it's not going to happen. So catching, I'm not even really considering a catcher at this point. But we do need to fix designated hitter. With Nelson Cruz having retired on us, we need to look out for the next DH. And I'm looking at Daniel Murphy. Had a couple people comment on Daniel Murphy. I think Ryan Zimmerman's new to the list. 85 power against lefties, 74 contact against lefties. That's huge. We could use Ryan Zimmerman, and he doesn't even cost that much. He's asking for $2.5 million for 2 seasons. He could be our designated hitter. He could play first base when we give Ronald Guzman the day off. He bats lefty. So I guess you could have this platoon type of thing going on where Guzman bats against righties, Zimmerman bats against lefties. Zim could even play designated hitter against those very same righties when Guzman's in the lineup. I think going after Zimmerman makes sense. But then when you look at Daniel Murphy, he's obviously got a lot better contact numbers. You could just use Daniel Murphy as a designated hitter at that point. Like, Guzman would play first base every day at that point. Murphy would just be your DH. So let me know what you think about that while I read your comments about the closing pitchers in that field. Rule 5 could get us something good, so yep, we do have to look out for that. Zimmerman does sound good. Is Hunter Pence still on the team? He is not. He's not on the team any longer. Look at other positions for designated hitter too. So just keep that in mind for first base as we go forward. Scooter Gennett, if you're going to sign a guy like Scooter Gennett, he's got to play every day. He's asked for $10.9 million. It's a lot of money, Scoot. It's a lot of money, man. I think he's out. I think he's out of the running, guys. We can't pay him $10 million per year. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Here's some other players here that I'm not looking to sign. You know, Wilmer Flores would be a good DH, I guess. 87 vision. Got some pretty good hitting numbers right there. He'd be a pretty good option. But again, we're looking for some power. We're looking for some power. So, because if I back out here and I'll let you guys see the lineup, Kiner Falefa and Solari not going to really provide much power. Okay, just keep that in mind. Joey Gallo, huge numbers in power numbers, 35 home runs. Guzman, decent. Odor, good power. Wisdom, decent. Fuentes, decent. Elvis Andrews, no power. DeShields, no power. Owings, no power. Mazzara, decent. Calhoun, decent. So we need a power hitter at our designated hitter spot. So that's something we got to look into. But second base doesn't seem like we're gonna get that unless we go after Wilmer Flores, who's only asking for 5.1. So let's go ahead and keep on looking. A lot of you guys were talking about DJ LeMahieu. A lot of the advisors were really suggesting to go after DJ LeMahieu to be our starting third baseman. Now, what would that be like? How would that affect our cash flow? It would knock us down to 2.9. So if we end up signing Robbie Ray, it'd knock us down to 2.8. LeMahieu would probably get us to about 2.5, I think. Probably 2.5, 2.4. So we'd still have some money still left over to go. But there's no power there either, right? You'd basically be acquiring DJ LeMahieu to play third base because he's better than Wisdom or Fuentes. So that's something we got to look into. Justin Turner, who has Ryan Zimmerman's photo. Is that a sign? Is that a sign? Do we have to get Ryan Zimmerman in here? Let's take a look at Justin Turner. Asking for 4.9, which is less than Wilmer Flores. 99 contact. And he can play first base. Justin Turner would be huge for us. He could play DH for us. As far as a starting third baseman, I wouldn't really consider that just because I think Wisdom and Fuentes are definitely better than him with fielding, like the 59, 55. But he's a hitter, man. You can't go wrong with 99 contact against lefties. I mean, that's absolutely huge. Other guys down here, not too interested. I do like some of these players, like Ryan Goins, Brandon Drury, but it doesn't look like there's any other options to look out for there. Zach Cozart would probably be pretty cheap at 4.1. What was Turner asking for? He was asking for 4.9. So he's asking for a little bit more than Zach Cozart, but you know what? We can afford it. Looking at the shortstops, I'm not even interested in any of the shortstops. I think Lyle Riley, our draft pick in the very first season, is going to be the backup shortstop to Elvis Andrus. We're not even looking at any shortstops. As far as outfielders go, here's the situation. Gallo's going to be our left fielder. DeShields will be our center fielder. Owings the backup. Granite is going to have to win a job over Willie Calhoun. Palma, I think, is going to stay in the minor leagues, but we don't really need another outfielder. Our starting outfield is pretty much set. Mazzara, DeShields, and Gallo. And then as far as the backups go, it's pretty much Chris Owens and Zach Granite in that mix. If we went after any of these guys, they would have to be a backup. And the question is, do you want to pay that much money for a backup? George Springer, would you pay for George Springer to be a backup? I don't think you would. We got Scott Schebler down here. That could be a DH, but he's a left-handed hitter. He's pretty cheap. Jackie Bradley, I love Jackie Bradley and his defense. So you wouldn't even use him as a DH at all. You'd have to play him out in the field with that 99 arm strength. Maybe Gallo's the guy that you put at DH. So there's a lot of options. There's a ton of options out there. I'm going to just go back here and take a look at the comment section and see what you guys are saying here. But there's some moves that still need to be made here. I did offer this contract to Steven Young. Remember, he was a blue chip prospect, just like Oswaldo Bautista was last year. Got picked ahead of us by the D-backs. And Steven Young was in the draft last year, was drafted, and then he was cut for whatever reason. He's got the B potential at 72. So yeah, heck yeah, we're offering him a contract. We're gonna nab that guy right here, right now. So let me go into the comments and see what you guys are saying here. What do you think we should do? Zimmerman is a typical DH. Murphy's more of a contact small ball guy. As a Tigers fan, you are legally required to sign Ian Kinsler. Power hitter, Zimmerman is the obvious choice. Get Tommy La Stella. I think about Moneyball. They never went for power, they went for contact. The MLB gods are telling you something. That was probably in the Ryan Zimmerman talk. But you only have a year or so. Willie Calhoun also has a good amount of trade value. Probably can get a good power hitter. Tommy La Stella. Get Todd Father. Dude, I hate Todd Father. Hate him. Sign Turner to a 1-year deal. Crush Davis. Grossman is pretty versatile. You know what? I love Robbie Grossman. I do. Where was he at? Was he first base? Is that where I saw him? Where is Robbie Grossman? There he is. That's interesting. 88 contact. I've always liked Robbie Grossman, guys, when he was in Houston, right here. Interesting. This is pretty interesting, because if you need him, he can play a little defense. If you need him, he's not asking for a whole lot of money either. 88 contact. He could be a nice designated hitter. 75 overall, though. Ryan Braun's in here. Holy crap, Ryan Braun's in here? Hit 240. Cespedes. What? I want to see this. How much money he's asking for? 5.9. God, no. You're always injured. You're always hurt. Chris Davis, 96-98. He's asking for 5.6. Ooh, Chris Davis is asking for 5.6. For 96-98 power, you can get Chris Davis for 5.6, or you could go after Ryan Zimmerman for 2.5, and he's a little bit better of a contact hitter. The options, guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What do you want to see happen? This is going to be your pick. It's going to be your pick. I'm going to write down the votes. Right here. What do you want? Do you want Zimmerman? Do you want to keep it realistic? Go after Zimmerman, or do you want to go after Chris Davis? What do you guys think? Go ahead and vote. Post in the comments. Do you want Zimmerman or Chris Davis? Davis, 1 vote. Davis versus Zim. You need pure power. Chauncey presents. Davis, Davis, Davis. Hawk S, what's up, bud? Davis sims well for home run output. So Cole says Davis. RJ Hockey says Davis. You guys are all aboard the Chris Davis train. I think it just replaces what we already had with Nelson Cruz. Except Chris Davis is probably not retiring on us after this season. He's 33. Jackie Bradley. Hawk S says realistic. Keep it realistic, Zimmerman. Keep it realistic. So you got 2 votes for Zim. It's a tie one. It's a tie one. You could lowball him because no one else is going after him. He's younger but also better. Davis. Henry Ellison says Davis. So you got 4 votes right now for Davis and 2 votes for Zimmerman. Take one more look at Ryan Zimmerman. He might fare a little bit better with the DH, though. 60 power, but again, you're acquiring Ryan Zimmerman because this way he could actually play first base and give Guzman the day off. So the other question is could you acquire Zimmerman and Chris Davis? But if you acquire Chris Davis, you have to play him. You have to play him. Where's he going to go? Is he going to sit the bench? You're probably not sitting the bench for Chris Davis. So I agree with you guys. I think that we got to go with Zimmerman. Let's go with Zimmerman here. Let's offer him this job at 2.7. Guarantee that we get him here in Texas. And let's see our offers. Do we have our offers sheet? We got Robbie Ray, Ryan Zimmerman, 2 guys that we're offering right now, and then Steven Young, and then Carson Fulmer. I didn't go over this before, but I did offer Carson Fulmer a minor league deal. He's got a potential. It's 60. You might as well go after it. Okay. So with all of that being done, we got our starting pitcher. Hopefully, we have figured out backup first base, primary designated hitter. The next thing we got to look at is third base. Do we go after DJ LeMahieu? I'm going to show you guys his numbers. 284, 363, 10 home runs. He hit double digits. Just keep in mind the average and the OBP, okay? Because I'm going to back out and we're going to go look at the production that we had with our third baseman, Patrick Wisdom, and Josh Fuentes. Take a look. 11 home runs, 45 RBIs, 251 and a 308. So not as good of a batting average. Definitely not as good of an OBP. Sim-wise, look at the left and the right hot zones. I don't know. It's a tough call. It's a really tough call because we're only paying Patrick Wisdom not a lot of money. Not a lot of money. Actually, we do need to re-sign him too. He hasn't signed yet. But Josh Fuentes, if we check him out too, 13 home runs, 257 and 319. Obviously, DJ LeMahieu is a really good hitter in real life, and he would be a type of guy that would, for anybody, kind of put them over the top. But did he even play better than the guys that we have? 284, 10 home runs. He didn't have as much power. So we would have to spend $8.5 million per year to get DJ LeMahieu, and when we try to go lower, we're going to be paying $8.5 million for 5 years just to nab this guy. And there's other suitors for him too, so if we'd have to bump this up to about $9 million a year to get DJ LeMahieu. I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it to me. What do you guys think? LeMahieu is the obvious answer. Fulmer could be trade bait. Depending on the price, depending on the price. DJ on a 3-year deal. DJ is a stone cold hitter at the plate and with a glove. DJ on a 2 to 3 year. I would keep Wisdom. Don't go for DJ. Don't get him. You guys are kind of off balance on this, man. This is crazy. Okay. It gives good content. What do you want to see happen? It's tough. It's very, very tough because you're not signing a guy at third base unless you're bringing in a new guy to take Wisdom and Fuentes' job. That's the only reason you're signing any third baseman. And Justin Turner, like I said, would be your designated hitter at that point if you brought him in. He would not be starting over Fuentes and Wisdom. If you're bringing in a guy like DJ LeMahieu, you're paying him to start. And is he really that much better? Let's see what you guys are saying again. He's too much. Go after someone else. He's got vision, contact, and glove. Trade Wisdom for a new and improved third baseman. That brings in, I'm glad that you said that, because that brings in a whole different scenario. And a lot of the advisors were talking to me about maybe you trade Patrick Wisdom. But we got to get him on a contract. Got to get him on a contract, Gold. Come on now. Where is he? All right, come on, bud. You got to sign so we can trade you. It's tough, man. Oh, I lied. Look. Mookie Betts signed a 10-year, $285 million contract with the Diamondbacks. I lied. Holy crap, I lied. Look at that. That's so much money. All right. Any votes, guys? Because if we simulate and we end up losing out on DJ LeMahieu, like he signs with somebody. Actually, nobody's offering him anything. So let's just let's go ahead and sim one day, see if we sign anybody. We didn't get our third base coach. All right, let's see. Who do we get? We didn't get anybody signed for us here. We are going after Robbie Ray. We're still in the lead for Ray. Who ended up? So they got James Paxton, went back to the Yankees. That sucks. I was hoping that he would have went somewhere else. Third base, DJ LeMahieu. Nobody's still going after LeMahieu. Let's keep on simming then. Trinan is going to go to the Red Sox. Kluber goes to the Astros. So we are out of the Corey Kluber running. Ray is still considering us. LeMahieu is being targeted by the Nationals with 15.8 in 2 years. So did we get Patrick Wisdom? No. God dang it, dude. Sign so we can trade your ass. I don't think it's going to happen. So we might as well just make a decision right now. Do we go after DJ or not? See what you guys are saying. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Get DJ. Keep Wisdom. Sign and trade Patty Wisdom. Get Bradley. This is straight soccer money. If you trade him, then please get a reliever. Trade Wisdom. Trade and simulate. Yeah, could do that. Maybe Calhoun, 2 in the Wisdom deal. Keep Wisdom. Sign him. Get DJ. Yes, get DJ. Do it. Sign DJ. He's a beast. Okay, we're doing it. DJ LeMahieu, come on over, bud. Come on over. You're gonna be a star. No, I don't even know what that. I don't know. We're gonna give him a player option. We're gonna up that to. We're just gonna break the bank for him. 8.9. Oh, okay. Might want to reconsider this. Withdraw that offer. We want to be just ahead of the Nationals. Okay, just want to be just ahead of the Nats. Let's low ball him a little bit. See what's up. It's not enough. It's not enough low ball. 8.7? Okay. 5-year contract. This game loves potential. Wisdom has a potential. Yes. If we sign DJ LeMahieu, then somebody's got to leave. It might have to be Patrick Wisdom. DJ LeMahieu. 5-year contract will get him to be 37 years old. Maybe then, because he's got such good contact, he might become a DH anyway. Let's go ahead and simulate and see if we can nab DJ LeMahieu and Robbie Ray. Jackie Bradley, by the way, for those of you guys wondering, is still in here, and he's still available to be acquired. So, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Come on, DJ. Yes! We got Robbie Ray. Sweet. Let's go. All right, cool. He looks good. He looks good. And we got DJ LeMahieu. Woo! Let's go, guys. And we still got $2.2 million left to go. Man, this team's looking good already. And then we got Patrick Wisdom, of course. So he's like, oh shit. DJ signed? I got to sign, too. Sweet. Okay, guys, let's take a look now and see what the roster looks like real quick. So Robbie Ray is our ace. Shelby Miller, Mike Minor, Kyle Gibson, Andrew Smiley. 80 overalls on the pitching staff. Relievers, I think I said I'm not bringing Mike Morin back. I'm not bringing him back. He might as well. Let's see. We can't release him yet. Oh, yes, you can. Release player. Yes, we're not bringing Mike Morin back. And now we've got Leclerc and Colome. Left field. Oh, we did get Ryan Zimmerman as well. I didn't even see that. So we got Zimmerman in here. He's going to be our backup first baseman / DH. Joey Gallo is playing left field. Odor Ibanez will end up getting the call up. And then now we've got Patrick Wisdom on the roster. He's trade bait. He's trade bait all the way. Lyle Riley will get called up as well. I still have to rename these players, guys that we drafted. So I will go ahead and do that off camera. But let's see what we can get. You guys want to do that? Let's see what we can get through trade talks. Let's see what we can get. I just want to see, when we look at all, what we could possibly get. Why aren't you using triangle to sim? Because I'm not efficient. I think another ace is needed maybe at the deadline. I would agree with that. Will. Brantley. Well, see, the thing is, Will, with Brantley, you're paying a lot of money. We've already got our DH with Zimmerman. I don't want to waste any more money anymore. All right, so Patrick Wisdom to the Orioles doesn't work for me here. We would get Tanner Scott, though. Remember, he was available in that Rule 5 that we didn't end up taking him. That was my fault. Christian Vasquez, we don't need another catcher. Rick Porcello. Wow, okay, well, this took an interesting turn. Blackburn is straight trash. Rick Porcello, Dustin Pedroia, and Cole Sturgeon. But then, like, cash flow goes down by $1.6 million. So they're trying to, like, really lower that cash flow for themselves. Aaron Hicks, 83 overall. Zach Britton, 85. That's a huge trade. Dylan Betances and Domingo Acevedo. Man, guys. Teams love Patrick Wisdom. Holy crap. We got a lot to consider here. Brandon Lowe, Mike Zunino. I'm not interested in the catcher. Grichuk. Nate Jones, Jose Abreu. Man, I'm just thinking about this, guys. I'm just scrolling through these, just thinking. Alex Faedo? As a Tigers fan, I know Alex Faedo for sure. The interesting trade. Christian Samble, an A potential 58. Drew Ellis, that doesn't really get us anything this season. Fernando Romero, an 81. Now, I'm surprised that Fernando Romero hasn't done much. Jamie Barria. This is interesting. Marcus Simeon and Colin McHugh. Oh, wait, there's another one. Nope. Interested in that. 90 overall, Ryan Presley to the Astros. A 90 overall player. How do you deny yourselves that? Holy crap! What do you guys think here? Reliever. Yankees are giving up A+ relievers for nothing. We don't need a center fielder. Try and add Willie. Romero seems like great value. Presley. Don't fleece my Astros. Yeah, Will loves his Astros. Heck yeah, take it. We're being hand-fed A+ relievers. Do it. It's a no-doubt move. Dude, Ryan Presley and Jake Marisnick? How do you not take that deal? I want to see what else. I just want to see what else. We'll go back to it. I want to see what else. If there's something better. Jose Iglesias, Vizcaino, no. Greg Bird. I've always been a Greg Bird guy, but no, I'm not into that one. Steve Cishek and Cesar. Alex Wood. But no. Jake Lamb. I like Jake Lamb, just not here. Tim Bradley, 19 years old. No, I'm not going to do that. Kirby Yates. That doesn't push me over the top. Damian Rideout. Brandon Belt and Johnny Cueto. Those guys are old, man. They're old. The Giants are old. So looking at the offers that we got, I think that was a no-brainer. Like you guys said, that was a no-brainer to the Houston Astros. So I never trade within division. But I'm going to do this. Ryan Presley is a license to print money. Also, that Baltimore trade with Tanner Scott is a good deal, and you get a center field prospect or Fernando Romero trade. We don't need a closer. A great trade. Presley is a beast. I wouldn't take it because your cash flow goes down. Yeah, dude, that's the big thing that sucks. Let me go in here. Oh, so it's already there. Didn't know you could do that. But Ryan Presley's making $7.8 million in his last year of his contract. Jake Marisnick. That's the thing, man. Like, acquiring Jake Marisnick is probably just another guy. No, wait. We could probably figure something else out. Like, we don't need Marisnick. You know? We don't really need Marisnick in this trade. So, what if we looked at Tanaloo? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Let's see. What do we need to look at here? Roberto Osuna. No. It sucks because you can't trade for anybody that's not on the freaking... What if we got... Will Harris? Yeah, but with this... like, God dang it, guys. This is what happens to me all the time. I always sit here and I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Then I start thinking, would this happen? Would this actually happen in real life? Would you see this happen in real life? No. You would not see this happen in real life. God, you guys are going to hate me. You're going to be so mad at me. I can't pull the trigger on that. It would not happen. It wouldn't happen in real life. Rideout would be a beast. Add starter to Wisdom, get another ace. So you guys think adding another starting pitcher with Patrick Wisdom would get us an ace pitcher? Probably like what? Smiley? We could probably go after another ace, is what you're saying? Oh, boy. You guys are going to hate me so much. The only thing I don't like about this is not very structured. So they take it for Rick Porcello, but he's an 83, though. Like, we need... Like, when you guys are talking ace, you guys are talking like... Hey... Beast. Ace. Beast. Like, you guys are talking like Kershaw, Bueller. We don't see a whole lot of that, though. Like, Kyle Freeland, not on contract. We might need to consider a trade once everybody's signed. How about we do that? We consider trades when everybody's signed and everybody's ready to go, because right now you're only trading for people that are under contract, and it's You know what I mean? So let's just wait. Let's wait on a trade. Let's make sure that we can actually like get a full field of players to look at and see through, and we'll go from there. Let's see. We could, yeah. You guys were saying we could trade Marisnik for some money. Let's see. Willie Calhoun. You guys want Willie Calhoun really bad to leave. You can't give up so many runs early like you did against the Yankees. That is very true, Tom. Very true. Tom is one of our advisors, and so is Will. Is Justin Turner there? He would be a great bench platoon. Yeah, make a trade while everyone signs. Marquez is locked for up to 3 more seasons. We'll wait on the trades here, but yes, I believe Justin Turner is still available. It's still here. So what would that do to the cash flow? Get us down to 2-1, which would still be in a pretty good spot. But like I said, the only reason why I'm not even considering going after Turner would be because we just got Zimmerman, both right-handed batters, Turner, Zimmerman. And as far as third base goes, it's going to pretty much be LeMahieu and Fuentes at the third base spot. And then Patrick Wisdom goes bye-bye. The 25 vision is killer. It's really killer. Look how many strikeouts he had. 124 in limited action. I don't know. We got to do better. We got to do better than that. So, all right. Let's go ahead and sim. I think we're pretty much finished up here with the free agents. I think we're good. We did a decent job. I think we upped the ante on the players and on the roster. So looking down here a little bit further, a lot of these guys are not going to be signed in the next few days. So let's go ahead and sim. Let's go to the 8th. I think that's decent. Nope, that's just one day. Let's go here. All right, getting a little update for you guys, see who's available. So Jeanette re-signs with the Reds. Bieber. Whoa, Shane Bieber. Oh, yeah, he wasn't in the free agent list. He was just, right. He's in the tendered contracts probably. All right, free agent list, updated. Nobody's going after any of these guys. Pretty crazy to think that Michael Brantley's still out there, no contract offered. David Peralta's still out there, no contract offered. Chris Davis, this is nuts. I hate how this game does this. You know, there's really good players out there that are just not even being touched, not even being considered. So let's keep going. Let's go another 4 days here. 40-man rosters must be set. Yes, let's go ahead and set the 40-man rosters up. We currently have 36, 38. So we need 2 more guys on our 40-man roster. Any of the new guys not on there? Roger Ashley, nope. We don't want any of these guys on the 40-man right now. Lyle Riley is probably going to be our backup shortstop. Then again, keep in mind, Chris Owings can play shortstops. You know what? Let's see. Is Andy Ibanez ready? Do you guys think Andy Ibanez is ready? I think he's ready. Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm just thinking right now. I want to be very, very sure of myself when I make these moves, because once you put people on the 40-man, you try to take them off, they get sent down. What do you guys think here? Ibanez is not ready on paper. Yeah, that's probably truth. So we'll keep him there. We'll keep him off the 40 for now. That's probably a smart move. And then we are going to go ahead and put Lyle Riley on that 40-man just in case we ever need him to get called up. We'll go ahead and do that. So now we're up to 30, 36, wait, what? 26, 36, 30, 38. We just added Lyle Riley. That should be 39. But it's not. Why is that? Okay, so it updated there. We got 39. We need one more guy. We need one more guy to add to the 40-man. And it's got to be somebody that we can protect so we don't lose him. Ooh, that sucks. So we got to either choose between Carson Fulmer or Cuthbert. I think it's got to be Carson Fulmer. Yeah, it's got to be Carson Fulmer. We don't want to lose. Where's he at? Am I blind? Where's Carson Fulmer at? 60, isn't he? Yes. All right, so let's get him here on the 40-man roster. There you go. Okay. All right, so we're set with the 40-man roster, so we should be good to move forward. Rangers have 93 players in their organization. Okay, so we got to think about cutting some people. Brag. Bud Scott. You remember Bud Scott, guys? Remember this guy? 47 overall. Project player. Yowza. Ricardo Rodriguez. We can release you. We don't need you on our team anymore. Angel Espinoza. Probably don't need you, bud. We are pretty much set. Oh, shoot. That would suck. Brock Burke, C potential, 24. Eli White we can release. He has not done anything. I liked Eli White. He just hasn't done anything. Just hasn't done anything. I think it's time, though. I think it's time. I know we're gonna take a hit with money-wise, but yeah, Espinoza's. Wait, wasn't this the guy that we had drafted Angel Espinoza? I don't want to do that now because one of you guys actually got a recruit or a name, a guy that was renamed there. So I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Scott Heineman. Brendan Davis. Yes. Let's go ahead and just do that. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Man, Y is a lot easier, guys. Thanks. Thanks for that. All right, tender contracts are set. Arbitration negotiations, we're still waiting on DeShields and Matt Davidson. Still, there's players that are still available that have not even been claimed or touched. Let's give you guys a roster update just real quick. And then that way I will talk to you guys in the comments section. What do you feel like we need to address even further? Because there's still spots I think that we could still go after some players. Espinoza is terrible. We are Bud Scott. He used triangle. We're in the end game. Move some players up and down based on their performances. Bring Irwin Kale up to AAA. Bullpen! Yes, the bullpen does need work. Look at this. These are how. This is the amount of relief pitchers that we have in the organization. I hate using relievers. I like having starters become relief pitchers. Like, that's how I like to operate that. It's just, it does, like, pitching is interchangeable to me. I don't, like, say, unless you're like a back end guy, like a closer or a setup guy, like you have a defined role. But I think relievers are just, I mean, starters are good to be relievers. It just depends on how good you are. Like a Taylor Hearn, he could be a relief pitcher for, the big league club. But yes, relief pitching does need to get fixed up. And when we look at the free agency, again, relief pitching, there's just nothing there, guys. There's nothing there. So if we want to consider some trades, we can do that now, I think, because everybody seems to have signed. Hopefully. Let's see what we can get for Patrick Wisdom one more time. Let's take a look. We still get the Blackburn trade. Dellin Betances would be really good. Now that's an intriguing one. That's a really intriguing one. Oh, you guys keep going back to Presley. This is an intriguing one, guys. Faedo, a prospect. And then Phil, is it Maton or Matan? 80? Interesting. Craig Kimbrell? And a potential Christian Sample. That one would be worth looking into. Fernando Romero. Like I said, I've always liked Fernando Romero. That one would be pretty interesting as well. Let's keep going here real quick. You guys want to see what this is? Okay, so they actually turned it into Ryan Pressly and Bobby Turner. You guys really want Ryan Pressly? Holy crap. If you took Kimbrel, then you would have to take Pressly. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Guys, I can't do it. I feel so bad. I feel so bad, man. I can't pull the trigger on it. There's just something in the back of my head that says, dude, you got to stick to realism, man. You got to stick to realism because that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. But then again, I mean, we would basically be doing, when I say realism in franchise, obviously there's going to be situations where, you know, the Texas Rangers are trading for, you know, they're signing DJ LeMahieu. You know, it's all about situations. That's what I'm really meaning by that. It's whatever situation that your franchise is currently in that would either be realistic or it wouldn't. This one wouldn't be too bad. Edgar Santana and O'Neal Cruz. That's a pretty good one, man. 22-year-old shortstop right there. That's not too bad. Cishek. I'm not interested in Cishek. They want to give us Gene Segura. What's going on with the Astros? Why are they being weird? I don't know, man. Maybe we consider Fernando Romero. Whoa, what was that? Maybe we consider Fernando Romero. Or maybe we just start looking at some options here on our lonesome. Maybe we just don't even worry about what the CPU says. Let's look at some guys here. What do you think? What do you think? That's their best relief pitcher, Phil Maton? All right, let's see what we can get here. Nate Jones. We could get Nate Jones for Patrick Wisdom. That was never up on the board. We could get freaking Nate Jones with 41 saves. That wasn't even up on the board. Diego Castillo not on contract. Dellin Betances straight up. They would trade. The Yankees, the New York Yankees, would trade Dellin Betances for Patrick Wisdom straight up. What if we tried to package something for Patrick Wisdom here for Tanner Scott? $99K per 9. Why didn't I make this move? Why didn't I Rule 5 Tanner Scott? I don't even remember. Wow, I was not even thinking straight then. I was just definitely not thinking straight. So, what do you guys think here? Do it, do it, do it. Do Jones, that is realistic. No! I mean, they offered it, so I guess you could do it. Hang on one sec, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Sorry. Had something to take care of with the wife. All right, so taking a look at what else can we do here? Maybe we can get like a young third baseman that can kind of like take over that potential that we could have had with Patrick Wisdom. So we get Tanner Scott. Maybe we could get Rio Ruiz, but he's not on contract. Actually, none of their third basemen are on contract, which is kind of stupid. Steve Wilkerson. 69. That's I mean, it's a good number, but you know, Jack Reinhammer. Sucks because I really wanted to consider that. Okay, moving on. What about Reyes Montoya? Nope, he's not available at all either. Robbie Erlin. Jose Castillo, Craig Stammen. What if we did Robbie Erlin and Craig Stammen? Oh my God, you could get both of them. I think that's a pretty good deal. What if you could do this? Nope, can't get them both. Robbie Erlin and Craig Stammen. 81 and 76. As long as go with Scott. Tanner and that center field prospect. You guys are really sticking to the Orioles thing here. Center field prospect. Which one? They're not on contract. This is so stupid. I wish you could make trades. I just want to make trades. Let's go to the winter meetings. Come on, boys. You got to sign. Twins are interested in offering us a deal. Jose Miranda for Irwin Cahill. Nope. Sorry. Not going to do it. Not interested. Oh my god, the Y is so much easier. Why didn't I do that before? All right, let's get an update here. Let's see if anybody else is good. Did anybody else sign center fielders? Thank God. Thank God they signed. Okay. All right, now we can look. Patrick Wisdom for Cedric Mullins is not bad. Austin Hayes is a little bit better, though. I do like what I've seen from Austin Hayes. So what if we get Hayes and Tanner Scott? They would do that. They would give us Austin Hayes and Tanner Scott. But again, with our outfield situation, I keep going back to this. We don't really need another outfielder. You got Leody Taveras, Martinez. We're kind of in a weird spot. What if we look at a starting pitcher? What if we look at some starting pitchers here? What do we got? DL Hall. They wouldn't do that. Blaine Knight. Josh Rogers. What do you guys think? Blackburn and Scott. Man, you guys are obsessed with Blackburn. Paul Blackburn and... Does that actually help us? I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. What was the other... Do you guys remember? What was the other trade that we were looking at? It wasn't with the Orioles. And it wasn't with the Astros. There was another deal, because I don't think we're getting, for Patrick Wisdom, I don't think we're going to get a bona fide, like, starting pitcher. You know what I mean? Like, this, like, that's not going to work. You know, even go after Johnny, what? Whoa. Yeah, he's not very good. What was the other deal? Nate Jones, that was the other trade. Thank you for that. I mean, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. We would get Nate Jones. Could we get Palka? No, we can't get Palka. We could try to just squeeze a little bit more out of him. What if we could squeeze a little bit more out? Yolkus. They got Yolkus. We had Yolkus. You remember that? Luis Gonzalez. Look at this. We could get all three. We could get all three of them. Ryan Cordell. Wasn't Ryan Cordell like... He's pretty decent, I thought, in the minor leagues. Louis Robert. Now that would be a huge get, but we can't do it. Nicky Delmonico. Be a nice minor league bat. We would get that. We could get that. 71 minor league bat. Maybe we can look at some relievers. I think the White Sox deal is where we have to go. I think that this is... Oh, Nick Madrigal. Second base prospect. Yolmer Sanchez. Not on contract, though. Giolito? He's not on contract. God, what is up with this? Dylan Cease. I know we're not going to get Dylan Cease, but that would have been big if we could have forced that. If we take Delmonico off, I'm sorry guys, this is like so long. What if we could squeeze a little bit more and we could get Nick Madrigal in here? Because we don't have a second base like prospect, you know what I mean? So what if we could get Nate Jones, Nick Madrigal for Patrick Wisdom and another player? Like, what could we do here? Could we trade away Trevino or Gloria? No, that's not going to work. What about Diego Corona, Nathaniel Lowe? Because we do have some pretty decent prospects here. Christopher Seiss. Nope, they won't want to do that. I guess that's a lot for them. Zach Granite. They would do this. But I love Zach Granite, though. You guys were talking about trading Willie Calhoun, though. Get Delmonico. Get Eloy. Don't do it. Madrigal's unrealistic. Yeah. You're right. You're right. It is. Let's get Delmonico and just call that good. I think we might be able to squeeze out another player. Not that we need it, but do they have any third baseman guys here? Mitch Shirt and Apostle. Oh, they would do this. Once we go after... Oh, can you go wrong with a guy named Jake Berger, who's 200... Look at his face. Jake Berger. Patrick Wisdom for Nate Jones, Nicky Delmonico, and Jake Berger. Boom. Did it. Did it. Roster. Nate Jones, Aaron Loop, Chris Martin, Chris Rusin, Montero, Leclerc, Colome, and then we have in our left field spot Delmonico. He's not going to be on. I don't think he's going to be on the major league team, but we'll see how that shapes out. The Shields, Owings, Granite, Mazzara, Stephen Young, and Willie Calhoun. I think we are done. That was a long time, but I think we are done, guys. Let's go ahead and sim through here. 41 men on their 40-man roster. Today is the Rule 5. Let's go into the Rule 5, see what we can see here. What do you think? Advance. Nobody's taken any Rule 5ers. Rule 5 has come to an end. Did we even have... We didn't even have a Rule 5. We couldn't even pick anybody from the Rule 5. Okay, cool. Carson Fulmer was designated for assignment. Screw that. CPU. Oh, well. I'm not too worried about it. I think our team is really good now. All right, what do you guys think? Do you think we're done? I think we're done. I think we can save the rest for an actual upload later on. Let's go. I just want to see the all transactions here and just see, what else has happened. So you guys kind of get an idea of who went where. David Peralta goes to the Brewers. Thames goes to the Mets. Triggs to the White Sox. Alan Hansen to the Royals. Murphy goes to the Phillies. Rangers have released Carson Fulmer. Dodgers get Brian Dozier. Flores goes to the Indians. Springer goes to the Mariners. Okay. 1 year, 4.1. Cespedes goes to the Reds. That seems like something they would do. Brantley to the White Sox. Nice. So we just gave them... We gave him Patrick Wisdom. Now they got Michael Brantley. Okay. I see you. I see you, Chicago. There's nothing really else worth of note. Clint Frazier's re-signed. We acquired Nate Jones and Nicky Delmonico. Trade happened. Tommy Canley for Jake Fraley. Matt Wieters to the Pirates. Jan Gomes to the Royals. Luke Gregerson for Connor Fisk. Yeah, there's nothing else. Nothing else really going on. Nationals get Chris Davis. Wish you could see like a notable listing. That'd be really cool if they had that next year in MLB The Show 20. Just like give us an actual like, here's a list of notable signings, like 80 overall and above signings through free agency or trades. That'd be big. And then you can always go to this screen here. That'd be big. Okay, so that is going to be it. And I think we're going to be done for today's live stream, today's episode. What'd you guys think about our off season? Do you think we did a good job? I think we did. We signed Robbie Ray. Allowed for some more competition with that number 5 spot. Then again, Drew Smiley, Gibson, Minor, Shelby Miller, and Ray. That's pretty decent right there. Acquired Nate Jones, trading away Patrick Wisdom after signing DJ LeMahieu. Solari's going to have to battle out with Trevino or Valoria for the number 2 starting catching job. Excuse me, the backup catching job. Gallo's going to be in left field again. Guzman at first. Zimmerman's going to split time with Guzman because I feel like Guzman just... It's 266. I mean, those are decent numbers. He's a solid pro. He's a solid hitter, but we could do better. We could probably get more production out of him, and the overall is going to go up based on his performance against righties, as Zimmerman can hit against lefties. Rougned Odor in 86. He's still our starting second baseman. LeMahieu is our starting third baseman with Fuentes as the backup. I feel like that's a pretty solid third base crew. Andrews and Riley. I want to call Riley up to be the backup. Shortstop. Left field, this is Joey Gallo's territory. We acquired Nicky Delmonico in a trade. Hopefully he kind of finds his way down there in the minor leagues. Maybe he's going to be a good enough outfielder for us in the future. That'd be nice. A good bat to contribute off the bench. DeShields, Owings, center fielders, Mazzara, and right field. I think that that's a playoff roster yet again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for the next Texas Rangers upload. And I'm going to open it up to just talking to you guys a little bit about the future of this franchise. Let's see if you guys are seeing here. Good offseason. Should have got Brantley. Good offseason. Great job. Go through arbitration. Just need one or two more pieces at the deadline. You're making the playoffs. Change Joey Gallo's position. You're right. I needed to do that quite a while ago, and I just didn't. Left field. We'll go outfield, first base. There we go. Ooh, he's a 91. So switching him to outfield, he's gotten better. Sweet. All right. Cool. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys don't have anything else to add, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for participating in the Playoff Bracket Challenge. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, peace.